Sometimes change is difficult but necessary. And of course, that was me around about 5 months ago, as I've been a trader for about 6 years, trading structure, trading retail concepts, your double tops, your double bottoms, your break and retest. I was trading that and it was quite profitable, but I struggled with something, right? I'll get stopped out sometimes, even on the right trades, you know, and of course, when it came to trading indexes, that I would have long stop losses, so huge stop losses that I couldn't afford to have, or I had to use a smaller lot. That even when I go into profit, even the risk to reward ratio was a bit smaller, and I really wasn't satisfied with that. I wasn't happy with that. That I would have sometimes the right call and be stopped out. And of course, as I said, sometimes change is difficult, but it is very much necessary. And it's been a blast. It's been a beautiful, amazing, the last 3 months right now, trading smart money concepts after I've been learning for the last 2 months. And of course, it's been 3 months. And so many of you have seen already the transition that I've made, even with the teachings on my educational video. And of course, also this one, it is one of the educational videos that I want to share with you on how I actually got to have a trade where I made 10,000 pips on NASDAQ, and the stop loss there was just merely 14 pips. And I'll also be sharing with you some of the results that I've trained some of the students, because that's what I do. If I change and I see something is not working, I'm gonna come out to the people who I've taught in my mentorship, paid mentorship group, and tell you the truth. Even you as my subscriber and viewer, I'm here to tell you the truth, and I'll be honestly sharing my brutal way. So it's gonna be in 2 ways, right? I'm gonna show you how the trades were taken, also some of the student results of the master classes that I've trained, and then of course we go into showing you exactly how you as well can get into this type of trades. I hope you do enjoy it. And again, change is difficult, but it is necessary. Hey family, so I'm gonna start showing you some of the trade results just to make it a little bit easier than we go into me teaching you on how I got this trade. So I'm gonna start all over here. As you can see, this is when I started to get those big rewards, and of course a small stop loss. Okay, that's when I actually started. And as we go even further now in terms of the trade results, I started making even way more money with a little bit less risk than I would. Okay, and these are some of the students that are also passing challenges just using this concept that I'm talking about. Okay, I just want to go all the way to now starting to show you those entries that I started getting, but I want to go into the analysis. Okay. And there's a specific one that I actually want to go to, that I actually made those amount of pips that I'm talking about. It is this one. 10,000 pips, guys, on this trade. As you can see, a perfect entry was taken. I didn't put an S up because I was trading my own account that I funded. But when I use prop accounts, I definitely put the right one. But here I was very much confident that the market was not going to turn around. And I took this trade. As you can see, I did separate my lot sizes into 0.10 intervals right there. And of course, this was the beautiful trade. But I also want to show you some of the trades that were taken again. As you can see, sniper entries. So I started getting good entries, small stop losses as well, that was allowing me to have. Now I'll also go into the student results. These are some of the student results. As you can see, pound is right there, and this student was using smart money concept. As you can see, even right here, some of these trades, even some of the trade results, this student was just making. This was a demo account, as he was just back testing, and as you can see, crazy results that this individual had. Okay, I just want to make sure that I show you the right ones. And of course, here we go. This is when I would get crazy stop losses, as you can see, and a huge take profit. And that's what I wanted. That is the change that I wanted. I didn't want to get stopped out. So I would usually get stopped out when I would trade double tops. As you can see here, they will go in profit. I'm anticipating the market to give me lower lows. Also here, if I entered, probably I was going to get stopped out. For example, right, if I was trading at double top, stop, which is a retail concept. I was going to enter here, put my stop loss above this high. This was going to kick me out and the market was going to rally all the way down. But of course, I actually waited for the right setup when it comes to smart money concepts, where we have liquidity being taken. Okay, we have break of structure right here. Okay, and the market, as it takes that liquidity, goes back to an OB. And of course, I put my entry right as it starts spiking my SL, and the market went all the way. This was more than 1:40 on NASDAQ. It is real, guys. A lot of people are caught up in the politics, saying, oh, you guys say you trade banks. And of course, this is the entry right there. As you can see, that beautiful entry that I took based on that setup that you saw that I actually sent. This is some of the ones, and I definitely just use this whole layout each and every time. I just wait for market to take liquidity. Once it has taken, I look for OBs, break of structure. When the market gets to retest the OB or POI, I get to actually execute my trade. And I've never had some of you guys who have been following this channel, you know very well what goes on all over here. This was also NFP, and of course this NFP, I did show you guys the exact strategy. So many of you say it worked, and I posted it within the same day. So of course you can still apply it on the next NFP. But as you can see, this was an absolute banger smash where we actually got smart money concepts playing out. I mean, well, it was in a bearish trend, and we can see structure been broken right there. So BOS, we can see this liquidity that was taken by the market. As you can see, it broke. So it took that whole liquidity. After doing that, it created a POI and the market dropped all the way down. So as you can see, it has given me quite tight stop losses and also the best entries that I could ever ask for in the markets. Just want to show you other, result of students as well, just doing the very same thing that I'm doing. So it's not because I am the best or anything like that. You can see absolutely people doing the very same thing here. This student, as you can see, the before and after results. Okay, that was NFP. And I just want to go to also some of the results even as we go right here. This was the trade I took yesterday. So I'm filming this video, of course, on Friday, right? So this was Thursday. I took this absolute beautiful trade right here. The same setup where I just look at that and the same stop loss. And this was 1:20 risk to reward ratio. Okay, this is also my NFP, I mean, how it appears, where I got up to 97, one of my verification accounts. And as you can see that the win rate is 97.87, okay? So, but that was a long time, but as you can see as well, that students are just killing. Students are just killing. Just want to show you. Students are murdering the markets like no one's business. As you can see, some of my entries here based on this setup, that was the entry that I've gotten from my MetaTrader, as you can see. And as we go on, students keep on killing the market. Students keep on even killing events. There was an NZD event. A student caught it using the very same strategy. As you can see, all of the results that you guys need to identify. Okay, all of the results. So you're more than welcome to join our public group. That's where we send all the results that you guys need to see of students, even myself, as well as videos, some that you might find useful. Look at that. He got this trade, and when the market touched that, the market also sold. Okay, and this is what I'm going to be teaching you from today. As you can see by the thumbnail that I've actually put on the screen, you'll notice that's what I will be teaching you from today. And that's the trade that I also took that also gave me more than a 1:40 ratio, more than 10,000 pips. You will actually see how I got it, and I will actually be guiding you through on how to get the very same thing on your side. So I'm just going to wait for my MetaTrader to. Okay, family, as you can see, this is the trade that I actually took. And I did identify a fair value gap, which is one of the smart money concepts that are also being taught by other content creators out there. So it's absolutely free information that you may get, or you may also be part of our mentorship group where we dive in a little bit deeper on how to trade smart money concepts, right? But as you can see, this is the absolute banner trade that I got even this week, where in most cases I wouldn't have got this ratio. This was 1:39 ratio. Okay, 13 pips right there as the market touched that. And I just want to show you the way smart money concepts get involved. For example, right here, we have the market creating imbalances as it creates this whole bearish trend. And a lot of us, this was the New York Stock Exchange opening bell. And although previously I was going to be right on this trade in terms of on how to call it, where I'll potentially look for the market to come back to these areas and to sell, or I was going to be using break and retest where I was going to be probably right here, and I was going to enter sells. Okay, let me just use a tool here. So I was going to previously, before trading smart money concept, I was going to use break and retest where I'll teach this to say this is what's going to happen, which it did happen if you put it on probably a line chart. But of course, this is also a real move. And this is the manipulation. This is where smart money concept gets in to take some liquidity in the market, right? As you can see. So a lot of us could have sold probably right here. We could have been in trades, set our take profit right where the market actually just turned around right here. And of course, as you can see, a lot of us putting SLs right here. This candle could have stopped us out and then sold. So with that smart money concept, I realized I don't need to enter right here with break and retest. There's already imbalance. There's already fair value gaps created by the market. Definitely, that means it's going to have to fill them before it can push the market down. And that's what really happened here. Realizing that there was a big imbalance right here, even though the market had filled it at first, but it was still going to fill it with this. So as you can see, I did also take it. I was already in the markets before with that entry. But as you can see, I just want to show you using the order block because that's what I just teach for now. On this YouTube, we'll get to teach per concept. Okay, as you can see, there was an OB right there that was created where the market induced a lot of traders closed with that engulfing candle. And that's the OB that the market had gotten into to actually bring the market down. But as you can see, this also was liquidity for smart money concepts. But the trade I took was exactly right here where I did identify the market actually. It was going to go back to fill that imbalance. And in most of the time as well, I was going to sell right here. Okay. I was going to wait for the market to either also come right here, put my SL right there, and of course, anticipate the market to sell. And as I said, I would get accurate setups. I mean, right here, that's the first high, second high. I would either put my sell, stop loss, and what would happen? The market would get in, stop me out, and still continue in my overall direction. And I hated that so much. So what now? I began to learn this concept. And as you can see, a fair value gap here was created. And as you can see, it came back into it, touched, and that was the trade that I got that gave me more than 5,000 pips. Okay. So as you can see, that was about 14 pips there, if I can just put it as accurately as I can, because I just normally put it above the fair value gap. And there we go. This was the trade that I got this week, and so many others that are also in our public group that you can identify. But I would say stop being skeptical. Don't get yourself involved in the politics of what, and what. If you need to make the change, then do it. If it's not necessary and you're comfortable with the strategy that you're using now, then so be it. But I had to make the change because it was not really working out for me. It was working out in a long term, but now where I had to scale, especially trading prop firms, it was no longer safe to just get stopped out. You know, you don't want to touch that loss limits that they have for those days, especially trading prop firms where they will tell you, well, you can only lose up to $500, unlike trading your own account. So I had to make these changes in order to actually just make sure that I can survive trading prop trading. And it's been an amazing ride, as I can tell you right now. Anyway, guys, I just hope that this video has actually blessed you so much. And of course, just before we can go off, you need to understand that as you trade trade, you want to look for the best brokers out there, WikiFX is the app to use. I use it all the time if I want to find a new broker, or I want to find out if the broker is regulated also of some sort, as well as they have up to 36 brokers available database in order for you to identify and to be on the safe side. Don't get scammed by brokers as you are learning. It's so painful to work for that money and then you just get scammed like that. So WikiFX, you can just use the barcode, or the QRL that's on the screen, or you can just download it with the link below. Okay, God bless you so much, guys. See you on the next video. God bless you.